Hello team, Coach Nate here, beginning the first of a few videos I'm going to call the basics of Tai Chi. Each one's going to cover a few topics that are important to your practice of Tai Chi and help you really find a way to connect to the relaxation, the stress management, the overall promotion of good and your Chi within you, on top of the physical parts that we're more familiar with when we think about exercise in Tai Chi. I'd like to begin today's video with a quote from one of the masters of Tai Chi that really was instrumental in bringing it to the United States. That man is Cheng Man-ching. He was very big in the 60s and really developed what we know as the health promotion aspects of Tai Chi. Cheng Man-ching said, Tai Chi Chuan, the great ultimate, strengthens the weak, raises the sick, invigorates the debilitated, and encourages the timid. So if you've ever felt part of any of those words, then this is a good exercise for you. The main elements of today's video will be movement control, awareness of the body, and connection of the internal. We'll also demonstrate diaphragmatic breathing, which is also known as Tai Chi breathing, Dantian breathing, or even Qigong breathing. They all kind of connect together. So we're going to begin with movement. Movement is a large part of Tai Chi, but it's also one third of how it's practiced and where its emphasis should be. Movement is, or the control thereof, is one of the key elements that makes Tai Chi good for balance development, coordination, and strengthening. All movement should be smooth, gentle, and continuous. Very much so like moving through water or against a gentle resistance. This movement against resistance also plays a large role in the cultivation of your Qi. The Qi is everything that is within all living things and non-living things. All objects or pieces of nature have Qi in them. And is this connection that helps us become one with our environment and feel that relaxation. When our Qi is balanced, we are not stressed. But movement is 1/3, as I said. Another 1/3 is the body. Good structure of the body improves the quality of movements and internal components. So we have to care for the body as much as we care for the movement. By maintaining a good posture, avoiding hunching, especially when our knees are bent, we promote that strong structure that our movement can use. And then we can connect it to the internal, because the internal is the last third. Some good ways to develop and maintain a good posture are practicing sit-to-stands or wall sits that emphasize an upright trunk and body despite the knees being bent. And anybody can practice those things. And then a good posture and control of the body leads to more conscious awareness of the weight transfer, which really allows for the control of the movement. So we have one that influences another, that influences another, that influences the one. All three pieces will interact with each other as well as themselves. And by bringing in that awareness of all three pieces really allows you to establish that peacefulness in your movement, that control in your movement that'll keep you safe. So before moving into the internal, some other areas that promote that connection of the balance or the body there is regular exercise. We've all heard exercise is important, but not all exercise is created equal, and you need a balance of all forms of exercise. So if you run and do a lot of cardiovascular exercise, it is important to also perform strengthening exercises. If you always exercise so hard you feel exhausted all the time, you should have a type of exercise that allows you to cultivate rest and recovery while still remaining active. So you always need one with the other. Moving to the internal. This is the final third. And this is the third that really requires the practitioner to really allow themselves to be aware of their practice. You want to loosen or song your joints. Imagine expanding them from within and not forcing them to move outwards. You should be relaxed but not floppy. You should be rigid internally but soft on your exterior. Imagine your joints move away from each other, not you moving your hands away from the body. It comes from within. Also, you're going to want to establish Jing. And Jing is many different things. Jing is the focus on your Tai Chi. By establishing Jing, it allows you to be aware and connect your movement, your breath, your balance, and your posture all together. It's also the mental imagery or the picture you have in your mind. Jing is more traditionally and more usually the picture of a calm, peaceful surroundings, being serene in the environment. Also, being mindful of your movement, really being aware to your practice in the moment. Without that, you're just going through the paces. Sure, it'll make your balance a little better. It'll help you be more flexible or improve your strength. But you're not going to get the overarching benefits, which really allow you to let your body function as it's designed. It removes our society influence or social influence on what we do, and allows our bodies to function as they should. It's the main element of what promotes relaxation and stress relief. As we know, chronic stress has negative impacts on our health. Establishing the Jing allows us to manage those emotions and that stress so our body can function more naturally and more effectively. So those are the few elements we have going on in this video today. And we're going to talk a little bit and demonstrate some breathing exercises or the Dantian exercises that allow us to practice these three elements without needing to be up or placing ourselves in risky positions. Tai Chi is very safe for all people to practice, but being respectful and mindful of your body's capabilities is a good beginning to recognizing the body's role in your practice. And we can always build up. So what I would like to do is first demonstrate some sit-to-stand strategies that help you develop that upright posture despite bending the knees. And then we'll go into more of the posture and hand positions for Dantian breathing so you can begin practicing and developing your foundation for the movements that are to come in our classes, reinforce what you've already been practicing with our classes, and set up a framework for video 2. So from the side profile, your sit to stand should be on the edge of your seat, like so. Feet underneath the knees, body forward and upright. And you can put your hands out by your sides. I like to hold them in front of me like so. And we come straight up. And then when we sit in the bottom back, knees bend, keep the chest up, and we come down. Finding a seat or a sitting surface that's of good height that allows you to really drive through the legs without sacrificing the upper body and the core is paramount, because that's what's going to let you build that foundation. Secondly, for our Dantian breathing, you can sit Indian style on the floor, sit on your knees if that's comfortable for you, lying in bed or in a chair. You want to promote that nice upright posture, the body alignment of the shoulders over the hips and your feet flat on the floor. We're going to place our hands over the region that's right below the belly button or navel. For men, you're going to put your right hand over your left hand. For ladies, it'll be your left hand over your right hand. And you're going to sit and just feel that region and just breathe comfortably for now. Being mindful of what moves and where do you notice your breath travels to when you inhale and exhale. After a few breaths, I'm going to ask you to breathe only in and out your nose. If you're congested, go ahead and try to breathe in your nose but out your mouth. Worst case scenario, breathe in and out your mouth. Just keep breathing. If you're able to breathe with your mouth closed and solely breathe through your nose, you're going to place the tip of your tongue onto the roof of your mouth or at the base of your teeth on the back side. This is going to help connect two of our meridian channels to promote the flow of energy within us. As you inhale, you should imagine the air traveling down through the trachea into the lungs, as well as down into your abdomen. We know the air doesn't go there, but you should feel a little bit of a pressure push out on your hands just below your belly button. This allows that negative pressure to build inside to allow effective breathing. And then as you exhale, you'll notice that pressure comes off your hands as everything retracts back to the inside. This also helps promote foundations for swallowing your core, which I recently learned is where the body caves a little bit instead of just simply tensing or cleansing the core musculature. So we'll breathe again. Once you have the breath down and you notice the pressure, really emphasize relaxed breathing. And gradually start to try to establish your Jin or your Jing. Let the tension and the stress of the day evaporate with each exhalation, and breathe in positive white light on your inhalation. This also helps to promote healing on the inside. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes and really establish that mental imagery of a peaceful surrounding. The side of a lake, a mountaintop, in a field, or even by the ocean. Inhaling comfortably. Not forcing an inhale or an exhale, but allowing it to happen naturally. and you can practice this as often as you like. At the start of your day, at the end of your day, I would recommend both, because we all know how important being properly oxygenated is. The more oxygen carried by your blood, the better everything works. It's a good way to prime the system before a busy day. It's also a very good way to help unwind and relax the system before bed after a very busy and hectic day. Both of which can help improve your sleep, which overall improves how you feel. So I'd like to thank you for joining me for video 1 today. Remember to practice your Dantian breathing, and when you perform your sit-to-stands or getting up from the couch, the toilet, try to let you drive through the legs, keep the chest upright. Develop that postural foundation. It helps everything coming forward. Thank you again. Have a great day. And thank you for joining me.